What up? It's your boy Nick from SplitDecisionMMA.com here with Maurice the Pirate Green. How are you doing, Maurice?
Oh man, I'm doing good. I can't complain, man. My feet are on the right side of the ground, so it's a good day.
Right. Right. Those of you who don't know, Maurice is a MMA fighter, heavyweight, 4-1. He'll be fighting the 30th, September 30th, No Mercy 6 against Parnell Davis. Um, I noticed he's not on your record, but I seen a video. You two fought before?
You know my amateur record. I fought him as an amateur
Oh,
at Austin's in Illinois when I was fighting out of Illinois, right up where my dad lives in Gurnee.
okay. Yeah, I saw it on YouTube. It's I think it was shot from his corner. It's definitely biased, but I noticed. I was like, whoa, these guys already fought.
Yeah, I'm actually friends with Parnell, and ever since then, when he followed my career, I followed his career. So we've always wanted to do it again. I'm sure he wants it. He wants to fight back, and now it just happened to. The funny thing is, Parnell hit me up literally right before I got the offer when they saw the champ when he got hurt. Parnell hit me up saying, we've always talked about training together or fighting again. We should look to do it, and then I got the call asking if I wanted to step in for Brian and fight Parnell. I was like, no time better than the present.
How much notice did you have before the fight?
I mean, I just fought at the end of October, maybe 3 weeks, something like that.
Do you prefer that, just coming straight out of the fight, going right back into camp, or do you like to take a little time off?
Man, you know what? If I'm healthy, I'll fight, man. I work full time. I work for a bank full time, so if I can swing it with my work schedule, I just happen to have the days off already for the grand opening at the academy anyway.
What academy?
Start Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy at St. Cloud, Minnesota.
And then you said they're going to be doing a grand opening. When's that?
The grand opening is the day of the fight.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to be doing a grand opening, and then, there'll be, I don't know, one, two, we'll have four Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts for Professor Brock, Professor Tyson, Professor Tim, and then Tony Martin. Instructor Tony Martin is going to be there as well. And then you have Kayla Harrison, two-time Olympic gold medalist in judo. She's going to be in teaching class that day, and then they're all going to hop in the car and head out to watch me fight in Monoman. So,
Wow. That's awesome. You're currently a four-stripe white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
yeah, man, I'm on the verge of the blue belt.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing it for a while, but a big part of jiu-jitsu is showing your dedication. And you could be as good as you want to be, but there's still that dedication piece where a lot of instructors or professors want to see that you're dedicated to the game. Which recently, since the new academy opened up, I've been making strides to get in there. I may be good enough to be a blue belt, but you got to show that dedication piece, and I'm learning every day. So I took the belt out of it. I don't care about the belt. I'm just trying to learn. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what belt you got when you fight in MMA. It just matters if you can grapple.
Right, right. Those of you who don't know, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's you don't earn a belt every day of the week. It's very hard to get promoted. It's the gym's reputation, the professor's reputation on the line. A lot of times you get it a little bit late than too soon. But going from white to blue belt is a huge step in jiu-jitsu. Like you said, dedication. Most people join a few months and then they're out of it. But blue belt shows at least a year, probably more like 2 years of training consistently.
Of consistent training, multiple times a week. So.
So do you do just gi training or do you do no gi as well?
It's kind of funny because I started doing no gi first, but I don't do a whole heck of a lot of no gi because I prefer to train in my gi. I figure training in the gi is a harder game. It's a different game, and if you can learn, how to be proficient or efficient in your gi, taking the gi off, I feel like it gets easier when you take the gi off. So I don't do a lot of no-gi training unless I'm doing MMA class. But primarily when I'm training, I'm in my gi.
Okay. And you wrestled in what, community college?
No, I played basketball in community college. I wrestled for 2 years in high school, but that really don't.
Okay.
I mean, I suck. Lack of better word.
At wrestling or at basketball?
I sucked at both.
Okay. Fair enough.
I grew 6 inches the summer of my sophomore year in high school, so my high school athletic career kind of was not good because I didn't, I was awkward. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't grow into my body until one day somebody was like, Maurice, you want to be a fighter? I was like, man, I can fight. He said, Maurice, you got to go to the gym. 30 days later, after stepping into, it's called Wrecking Ball Fight Facility. It was in Bolo, Illinois. It's the rival, one of the rival gyms, the Jeff Curran gym. I walked into Wrecking Ball Fight Facility. 30 days later, I took my first fight.
Wow.
And the rest is history.
And you haven't looked back since?
Not really, man. It went well, and I ended up losing 100 pounds in the process, and got in shape and got healthy, and this is my hope. Everybody needs, when it comes down to like being a professional athlete, or a lot of people go to my job every day. They know that at the end of the day, they need to do what they got to do because they're looking for the next promotion. For me, I got hope. I can go out here and knock somebody out, and make, I don't know, a lot of money and not have to worry about shit. So this is my hope. So that's why I keep striving and keep trying to do better every time I can. And on top of going into a corporate job every day.
Right, yeah. How often are you able to train working full time?
I mean, I went and did kickboxing this morning. I took my lunch break, literally 1 hour. I showed up to class a little bit late, so I missed warm up, and I did class, and I went right back to work till 10. So, I mean, if I can swing it, I try to train multiple times a week. Some weeks are better than others. I got a 6-year-old son who's in kindergarten, and he's doing Boy Scouts and soccer, and so. I'm busy being a dad on top of working, on top of training, and, some of the things that other guys are willing to sacrifice, I may not be willing to sacrifice. Like, you'll never get the time back with your kids when they're young, and there's some things that I'm willing to sacrifice, and there's some things that I'm personally not willing to sacrifice, for a sport. So, my kids, in a way, there's certain things I just can't sacrifice. So I don't train as much as some of these guys do. But, I train enough, and I don't train enough, but I feel like when I do train, I do the right things. Obviously, I'm winning.
Right.
And I'll step up. I took a fight against Anderson Silva in Glory on short notice, So, and we went 3 rounds, and I wasn't even supposed to stand a round with him. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Kind of puts a lot of things into perspective for me. I mean, I'm on a 3-fight win streak right now. Hopefully the UFC will come, but if they don't, well, they miss out.
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
I just said I'm not hard up to go to the UFC. I'm trying to get paid what I'm worth. Is what it comes down to at the end of the day.
Right. I think you're in a great position as well, just based on there's not a lot of heavyweights out there who can actually market it themselves.
Oh yeah.
Just doing my research, before we got on here and spoke, I could see your charisma. I mean, you're like one fight, 2 fights away from making a huge splash.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to hopefully sign a new management deal, and that's what they were saying.
Are you still looking for a management, or you already found a management team?
No, I actually wasn't even going to get management at all. So a lot of guys, and I'll explain why, a lot of guys get a manager, right, because they can't do the shit themselves, meaning, they don't know how to talk to people, or they're not personable, or they have no communication skills. I mean, that's just the reality of why you would get a manager, right?
Right.
So I needed a manager just because I needed a buffer. So my best friend does my management. I mean, he got me sponsored with Hayabusa. I got a mustache wax company, and there's a lot of pieces to that we've been able to accomplish. Yes, is the process longer? Yeah, it's a longer process to get there because the managers already have the end to the promotions, right?
Right.
But is it more rewarding in the long run? Yeah. I didn't have to have somebody get me there.
Right.
Me and my best friend got me this far, and I just happened to through my head coach Brock Larson. I happened to just find a solid management team. And I think I'm getting ready to, after this fight, I'm going to sign a deal with them, and we're going to start that process.
Congratulations. That's awesome. I
You
love
know,
I love hearing fighters get sponsorship deals and actually get paid for what they're worth. A lot of people make a lot of money, and sometimes it doesn't always go to the people who deserve it.
yeah, and that's my thing. I don't trust people is the problem. It's hard for me to trust people. So, and I feel like some managers are just, for lack of better words, snakes. You know, and I just don't think can't nobody sell me or sell my brand better than I can do myself. I mean, I knit and crochet hats, right?
Right.
I go by the Crochet Boss too. For one, you want to talk about marketing and building a fighter up. A lot of these guys, you put them in front of a camera and they're like fish in the water. They just don't know the you know what I mean, or they just sound uneducated.
Right.
So you got a guy who can talk. I'm a heavyweight at that, right? And I got different layers. Yeah, I can fight well. I train well. I also knit and crochet. I'm getting ready to start a business, and and I'm actually going to be doing the designing for my business. So, I mean, I'm not the same. I'm a different breed, and going into UFC, a lot of guys will probably get paid the UFC's going rate going in. Yeah, low key, do I want to get paid to go on rate? No. And if somebody's willing to offer me more to go into their promotion and splash there, then I'm gone. I don't need to say, I fight for the UFC. I want to say, I'm fighting for a promotion that believes in me and that's paying me what my self-worth is personally. So
Right.
that may be a bold statement to make, but whatever.
No, it's true. Going back the All Elite Act, they're trying to get that in MMA, and that kind of puts it back on the fighter and away from the promotion. It's more on the fighters, and then they got to bid for the title fights. Do you know anything about that, or how you have any opinions about the Ali Act?
No, what? Say that one more time.
The boxing has the Ali Act. They're trying to state that for the MMA. Have you heard anything about that? Are you up on that?
No, I'm
Okay.
not up on it, but I'll give you my input on it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it's just more kind of putting the power more back on the fighters away from the promotions. I don't know all the details, but I was just kind of seeing what you felt about it.
I mean, yes and no, but there has to be rankings. The nice thing I like is that with the rankings, it doesn't come down yes, it comes down to who's the biggest draw and making the promotions money. But, we fight, and whether you're a charismatic guy or whatever, if you're winning, you deserve your shot to get what they deserve. We don't deserve shit really. But, if I'm on a 4 or 5 fight winning streak and you don't want to put me in there because the fight's not going to make no money, it's kind of bogus, But this industry is becoming more than a business, more of a business, in so many ways than it is about fighting.
Yeah, I think it's entertainment and in profession, and it's kind of depends on what day of the week we want to go with. If we want to go with competition or entertainment.
Yeah, so I mean, right now I'm at the point right now in my career where I'll fight anybody really, to be honest with you.
Do you have like
Call me
a
on, huh?
do you have a dream fight? One guy that you're just like, I need to fight this guy. I want to fight this guy.
No,
No.
no. I've got a dream fight. The dream fight is whatever fight includes a strap. That's the dream fight. You know.
You
So whoever's holding the belt when it's my turn, that's the dream fight. You
what
know.
this this September 30th? What are you looking for? A knockout or a submission? Which one would be better for you?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, and this may sound crazy. I don't look. I can't say I look to finish fights, right? I look to be busy. I look to touch them. I personally want to be. I personally want to break him, right? And I try to say this all to all my fights. I want to break you. I want you to quit. You know. Now, through the process of trying to make you quit, yeah, you may get submitted. Yeah, you may get knocked out. But I'm looking to fight 25 minutes. 25 minutes. And in that 25 minutes, I'll have some chances to end the fight. And I won't miss them chances. You know, my last fight, I let him go before the ref stopped me, and that's one of the worst things I did. You know, I should have choked his ass unconscious and then make the ref, stop me after I saw him go out and I kept choking him.
Hmm.
You know, I like Parnell and all, but it comes down to if I don't do it, if I don't do it to him, he gonna do it to me. So, unfortunately, all that other bullshit aside, when that cage door locks, you're my target. You're my target, and I know you've been training really hard. And I know you've gotten a lot better, but I don't know, Parnell. You don't understand my mindset, bro, and I don't see me losing in this whole grand scheme of things, and not even you as an opponent. I don't see me losing. I'm going to make my mark on this sport, and you're just another person for me to help make that mark on my sport.
Is this the biggest
No?
fight you had?
Huh?
Is this your biggest fight you've had?
No, no. I mean, every fight is the biggest fight because it's another step in a progression. But I would say Anderson Silva or Kathleen Morisano was probably by far a bigger draw and a bigger fight than anything.
Right. Is this your first
You
title
know,
fight?
it's for my first title fight, yes.
And it's 5 rounds, correct? Yeah.
5 rounds, yep, 5 rounds. We ain't gonna go five. I'll guarantee you that we're not gonna go five. Yeah, we're not gonna go five. He's gonna get tired before five for sure.
I like I said, the last fight, it was quite a while ago. I don't know the exact date, but he just tried to take you down. At the end of the first round, there's some type of scramble. You landed in mount. Just ran out of time. I think you were raining down punches. The second round, he tried to take you down again, and then you just jumped guard with the guillotine, and then switched to a triangle and choked him out. And then I think he tapped and then started punching you again. It looked like.
Yeah, he tapped, and then the ref didn't stop it, and then he started punching me, and then he realized that, oh shit, I'm about to go to sleep. Maybe I do need to tap, and he tapped again.
Yeah, okay. It was from a cell phone a couple years ago. It's kind of hard to see, but that's what I thought happened.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. All bullshit aside, um, yeah, anybody can win any night. Like Parnell can, and it doesn't matter what you look like. That's the beauty of this division. Anybody can win, right? Anybody can get knocked out. It just takes one. But technically, mindset wise, I'm, I'm soaring over him. So he better hope a miracle happen in this training camp because I'm the worst draw that he could have got if he really wanted to win this belt.
I really see, like, you're dedicated. I hear the motivation in your voice. What's that driving factor? What makes you get up every day and do this?
My best friend and current manager tells me one thing before every fight. He's been telling me it since I was an amateur. Whether it's on the phone or he looks me in the face, he said, Maurice, you got kids to feed. That's it. That's all that needs to be said. I got children to feed. I got a life to build. So it's not about fighting. It's not about any of this stuff. At the end of the day, it's about feeding my family, and it's about building a life so I don't have to walk into a building for 40 hours a week and spend more time with the people I work with than the people I love the most. So I'm gonna keep pushing until this is a reality.
You
Right now, it's still a dream we're chasing. We're dream chasing right now. My whole team, we're dream chasing. we're trying to turn this dream chasing into a reality.
You said you're starting your own clothing line.
Yeah,
Can we
I
touch
got a
on?
couple of them that I'm in the process of doing.
Oh, okay. And like, what's your role in it? You own and run it?
What's my role? My
Yeah.
role is, I mean, it's my brand. So if you look at my hats are going to be the driving force behind it. You know, that's why I go by the Crochet Boss, because I make all those hats. So I personally sit down and spend the time to make each one of those hats that you see on my page. And those aren't purchased from somewhere. I'm making those.
You can purchase them though, right? If we wanted to buy them from
Yeah,
you.
right now I do word of mouth, and I went out to the tailgate, and then I went to a couple boutiques when I lived in Chicago and had really good success. But I'm in the process of putting a website together so people can purchase them along with my T-shirts and snapback hats, and I got a logo I'm getting trademarked. That right now we're building the empire for when fighting is no more. I'll make my mark in this industry fighting, but you also have to plan for what comes after fighting and what's going to continue to drive this brand. So I'm in the process of doing that. I'm not young, I'm I'm 31. How many years do I got left? Do I want to fight till I'm 40? Or do I want to have my time? And pass the baton. So
Um, what's harder, knitting or crocheting?
knitting for sure.
Yeah, that's
It's way longer, way more man hour. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah,
Do
it's
cool stuff with knitting, but it's not cost effective for the business. I'll put it that way.
how did that start? Did a family member get you started in it, or?
No, I was working at a company called Access, and there was a girl there. She came in with a knitted scarf, and I asked her, where'd you get that? She goes, my mom made it. I was like, for real? Your mom made this? She's like, yeah, she taught me. So that day on lunch, I went and bought knitting needles, and she taught me how to knit.
You
So
don't
I was,
play, huh?
huh?
That I said you don't play that day.
That day, Well, I was already doing fashion design. I was a part owner of a clothing line called Monkey Business Decor, with a business partner of mine, John Herndon, who he ended up passing away. Rest in peace, Johnny Bravado. But a business partner of mine, and I learned a lot, and we ended up splitting up, but we were still friends. You know what I mean? And he kind of taught me a lot about business, and he's a little older than me and went to Columbia. So after that, I had this, I have this design, I have this creative side of me, and yeah, I'm a fighter, but I also have a creative side that I want to, I want to create dope pieces and dope wear. When the Jordans come out, I want to release 50 hats, numbered hats. You know what I mean? So that's what kind of started it all, and I started selling them on the metro train when I used to travel back and forth to work. And everybody would kind of look at me funny, like, "Is this 6'7" big old black dude knitting? What the hell?" And then they started to see the product I was making, and I started to realize that it was taking me longer to knit. So I got on YouTube. I watched the video. I got on YouTube, and on YouTube I learned how to crochet. In 30 minutes, I learned how to crochet, and I made my first hat, and I never looked back since then.
That's awesome. Um, I was looking through all your products. You got the hats and stuff, but I noticed you're missing one thing. I didn't see it.
What?
When is the eye patch coming out?
So that's funny. Everybody asks me, why don't you wear an eye patch? And the reason why I don't wear an eye patch is because the whole name behind the pirate, yes, I picked my own name, and people don't do that. But these guys are trying to name me some outlandish, crazy shit that was not marketable, right? So why did I pick the pirate? I like pirates. Pirates are ruthless, right?
Right.
So, and pirates, what do they want? They want all the booty, right? They want all the booty. Not literally, but they want that they call
Right.
money. That's booty, right? The gold.
Right.
And the only thing I'm after is those gold straps. That's it. That's it. And they do anything to get it. They'll get in a dog fight, and that's what I'm looking to do. That is the idea behind the pirate is chasing that goal, and that's what every fighter wants to chase, and that's what I'm honestly looking to chase, to be the best. You know, to look back and say, hey, you know, like my best friend Billy raps as well, and he has a song called "If I Coulda, Woulda, Shoulda." Stop saying if I would have done this or I could have done this. Just go and do it. You know, I never fought a day in my life before I became a fighter. And when I walked in the gym, I told people I was going to be a world class fighter one day. They probably laughed at me because I was 330 pounds and not coordinated. Well, you fast forward to 7 years later, from amateur to pro, it's believable now. And a lot of people that were like, Maurice, you'd never do it, are eating their, for lack of better words, excuse my language, are eating their fucking words right now. And I love every minute of
it. Right. I don't see how anyone could doubt you. I mean, you're definitely the real deal.
Well, if you would have known me back then, you may have. I mean, some of my friends looked at me and was like, bro, you going to fight, bro? You going to fight? You better not get knocked out. Now they look at me like, Maurice, it's crazy to see how far you've come.
Right. That's
you
good.
know?
That's
And there's much more to go. I'm still a student in the game. I still have minuscule experience compared to some of these other guys. So, you know, I'm still learning, you know.
Just kind of get back technical again. You're right-handed. You fight orthodox or you fight southpaw?
I'm right-handed. I fight southpaw and I switch.
Okay, yeah.
I switch fluently too, so it's comfortable both ways.
Right. I had a hard time. They had you listed as orthodox, but I saw you fighting mostly in southpaw. But you did do the switch.
Yeah, I do both.
And then
both, and I do it well. And yeah,
the jab low kick. You like that combination?
You know, I've learned fighting for glory that anything low kick is great.
Right.
I learned a valuable lesson when I fought Anderson Silva, right?
Mm-hmm.
A valuable lesson I learned when I fought Anderson was, you know, a lot of guys sleep on low kicks, especially in MMA. They sleep on them, but they don't understand low kicks will stop your movement. Low kicks will stop a lot of things you want to do.
Right, and
if you have a strong low kick, you know, a lot of things can come from a really good low kick.
Right. It helps when you're 6'7" too.
Yeah. So that's what a lot of guys don't understand. Like, yeah, low kicks don't look like they're a lot, right? But when I fought Anderson, there's a couple of things. He didn't kick me too hard, you know. He timed me, and every low kick that he threw in the same place, right? Mm-hmm. With accumulation of small kicks in the same spot that stopped me from moving. And every time he threw a kick, I flinched because I didn't want to get kicked with another one.
Once you see that hip twitch, then you...
Yeah, you flinch. You flinch because you know what it's gonna feel like when you get hit with it again.
Then they bring it up high.
Sometimes they bring it up high. You know, the best thing I did was fight for it. If anything, that made my striking that much better. Whether I was 500 or win or loss, the best thing I ever did was fight for glory kickboxing.
You plan on getting back in there?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll see we'll kind of see what's to come or what's next for me, or see, you know, what happens after this fight, or, you know, if the UFC finally comes around, or ONE FC or Bellator, or, you know, whoever wants to draw, whoever wants the pirate on their brand, and, you know, that's what they'll get.
They just finished up the Contender Series, Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. You would have been perfect on that show.
Series?
Yeah, I would have loved to see you on there. They're doing another season.
I met Dana when he came here for Brock Larson's retirement fight, and that was right before the Anderson fight. I had told Dana White, I was like, I'm getting ready to. Yeah, actually, no, I'm not. I told Dana White I'm getting ready to fight Anderson. Tune in, you know. And I met Dana, and I'm sure they know who I am. I'm going to be honest. I'm sure they're well aware. My manager hit them and Bellator up. They set them on their prospect list, so we'll see.
Well, if they didn't now or didn't before, they will now after this interview. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not saying I'm bigger than the UFC, but it'd be smart for the UFC to pick me up. I'm a bigger draw than anybody in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, you're charismatic. I'm actually interested. I really do see you going places, Maurice.
And the good thing with me is now that they took a lot of these performance enhancing drugs out of the sport, you're starting to see true heavyweights that have never had that in their system. Like a guy like me, I don't take anything. I don't even take protein. Don't even take protein. And I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm trying to find a supplement company that I can partner with, right? So I don't even take protein, and I'm a natural heavyweight. Stipe Miocic is a natural heavyweight. When Alistair Overeem couldn't take all that stuff, Alistair is little now,
Yeah.
So the game is changing a lot, and luckily for me, the game is changing so much where it's gonna give me my time to shine. So it gives me my opportunity to be what the Alistair Overeems and the Cain Velasquez and the Junior Dos Santos could be, but hopefully better.
So are you looking forward to that type of testing, the USADA?
Oh, I mean, I don't care. They can come in and test me for what? They ain't gonna get nothing out of me.
Uh,
I mean, it's not that I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy that they do it because I don't take anything.
right. There. Also, though, on the flip side, you have to report where you are 24/7, and then they could come at any time and test you.
Whatever.
It,
They can
it
come and test me whenever they want. I'm gonna be at Capital One or across the street at the gym. The gym is literally located the academy is right across the street from my job. So
wow, that
I'm gonna
worked
be
out
at
good.
home.
All right. Anything that we didn't go over or cover?
No, just if nobody knows about me, follow me on Twitter at Moda Follow me on Instagram at Moda. I also got another Instagram called the Crochet Boss. That's TATCHR. I don't know how to spell crochet right now, but the Crochet Boss. Just follow Moda Pirate, man. It's my time, man. It's my time. I've said it a million times, and for the non-believers, they can keep non-believing, but you just got to show those non-believers who's the truth, and it's my time. So they just gotta have to stay tuned.
All right, Maurice the Pirate Green, No Mercy 6, September 30th. Parnell Davis will be walking the plank. Arr!
Hey, I appreciate the time, Nick. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for catching up with me.
You too. Enjoy your training.
I will do. Thank you, sir.